Next one, regionalism, communalism, ethnic and political movements. See, these kind of isms are antitheses to the spirit of nationalism. They are separatistic in nature and they are divisive forces. So please write regionalism, communalism, ethnic and political movements. All these are antitheses to the spirit of nationalism. They are divisive forces with separatistic tendencies. All these ideologies have following points in common or following aspects in common. Number one, people of a particular group, maybe if it is it can be a region or it can be a community or it can be an ethnic group or any other thing. People of a particular group consider that they have some similar or common interests. See, this is the first stage where they are considering that they have some similar or common interest. Number two, they gradually feel that their interests are dissimilar to the interests of other groups. First they are having some common interests and then they are finding that they are dissimilar to other groups. Finally, third one, they find that their interests are radically opposite, antagonistic and incompatible to the interests of other groups. This is when violence erupts. So British people, for their own administrative convenience and consolidating certain administrative units, they use the policy of divide and rule. So by creating hatred between different groups. Now that seeds of hatred which were sown by Britishers still have a spillover effect in the modern day. You can see that one group fights with another group. Generally a region or language or caste or religion. Such kind of things usually happen. These are hiccups in democracy, and obviously if they are not dealt carefully, that becomes a serious issue, isn't it? So this is these are the historical causes. See, the human diversity with respect to language and culture is there. At the same time, you can also see that in India there are different geographical areas. Some have more rainfall, some have less rainfall, some have adequate rainfall. Natural resources are skewed. People fight for water, isn't it? And even natural resources are skewly distributed, and even irrigational facilities are skewly distributed. As a result, certain areas have developed, certain areas did not develop. Say for example, you take northeastern Jammu and Kashmir, there is a difficult terrain, and as a result connectivity is not good. Okay, nowadays it is improving, that's a different thing. But because of this geographical terrain, soil, climate, or maybe temperature, rainfall, availability of water, all these things also create some kind of disparities between, isn't it? Say for example, you take first green revolution. The benefits of first green revolution went to Punjab, Haryana and some parts of UP. Now these states are unwilling to share their fruits of prosperity with other states. So this will create discontent among other states. And recent times you can also see that South Indian states have started saying that okay, we are paying more taxes, but in turn the central government funds to state our governments is less. So such kind of things will create some kind of disparity. You get my point? So that also is one of the causes. You get my point? So many causes culminating at one point, and then they start agitating, isn't it? Another one is political factors. See, yesterday also we have seen in particularly the state of Bihar before separation or before the creation of Jharkhand, you can see that there was a political neglect, isn't it? And the amount of money that they spent was quite negligible in comparison to the income that they were receiving from that particular area. and improper political representation also, and failing to address the issues of certain areas also led to, even in if you take the separation of Telangana from Andhra Pradesh, it was the same thing. Political neglect, lack of political representation, and is a kind of deliberate or purposeful way of excluding certain groups of people. As a result, what will happen? Discontent, isn't it? So that, and yes, sometimes it is for good and sometimes it is for bad, isn't it? So you can write, even after the separation, if you like the creation of small administrative units, like say for example Jharkhand and Telangana, if you compare, Telangana saw huge development, whereas Jharkhand could not develop as much as it was intended to, isn't it? And such kind of protests sporadically occur in different parts of the country, isn't it? Like say for example you take Darjeeling or Gorkha land, Bodos, isn't it? Even in Maharashtra, Vidarbha region, isn't it? Every place, in every state, some particular part of the state or particular groups feel that they are in a disadvantageous position, isn't it? Every state, something or the other. So what is the other reason? Political neglect. See, it is very easy to create hatred or instill people this ideology that they are neglected. And if there is a scope, and that scope will be exploited by those people who breed this hatred, and it can be seen in some way or the other, even now also. Many such examples are there, isn't it? And the people get attracted to that ideology very quickly, and once they feel that they are disadvantaged, they will fight tooth and nail to get what they want. So because in a country like India, where it is a pluralistic society, we have multi-religious, multi-linguistic, multi-ethnic, everything, like so much diversity is there. Human diversity is, I think, is the highest of any other place in the world. So these kind of things have to be handled very carefully, and yes, we have settled these things very amicably, and we emerged as one of the largest and successful democracies in the whole world, isn't it? So please write. Next one, social causes. See, this lack of identity, and identity is something which people also strive for. Maybe generally people coming from a particular place, their identity, maybe generally earlier from south people means Madrasi, isn't it? So other regions like Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Karnataka, they feel neglected. Maybe people coming from a particular state, okay, a particular caste is a dominant caste, maybe people say to, okay, you are from that state, okay, you are from that particular caste, people very casually speak about that one. But that will also create a lack of identity, isn't it? What is identity? Isn't it? Every individual or every group strives for their own identity. So such kind of things are not identifying others properly also leads to sons of the soil movement, isn't it? Which you can see in different parts like Karnataka or Orissa, even Telangana or other places, isn't it? See, when Hindi was considered to be a national language, then South Indian states have seen this as a cultural hegemony that will lead to cultural dilution and imposing of other culture. So they oppose this thing, and that kind of thing happens even till today, isn't it? So even if you see, like many regional parties, like whether you take AIDMK or DMK or Telugu Desam Party or many other regional parties, are as a result of this thing also. And generally earlier it was like Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh was a part of Tamil Nadu, but on language basis it was separate, isn't it? So every time such kind of cultural impositions people feel, then it also will lead to this kind of thing, isn't it? And they are very severe in nature, isn't it? recently also in Tamil Nadu that there was a issue associated with it. No? So please write. You are able to understand now, because it is very sensitive issues actually. I don't want to speak more, or I don't want to speak too less also. So because sensitive issues, I should. But I think hopefully you are able to get it, isn't it? You are more knowledgeable than me. Because of current affairs, I'm saying. You are preparing for the exam. So those who are preparing for the exam, no, you'll have a broad thing.
Selecting the right optional subject for the UPSC exam can be a daunting task, especially if you're aiming to succeed on your first attempt. But what if there's a crucial element that could make all the difference? That element is continuous answer writing practice. At Vijeta IAS Academy, our Anthropology Optional Foundation program offers a comprehensive approach. Not only will you delve deeply into the subject matter, but you will also engage in daily and weekly answer writing exercises. Each of your answers will be meticulously reviewed and critiqued by NP Kishore sir, ensuring you receive personalized feedback to enhance your skills. This approach has already helped many students achieve impressive marks and ranks, such as Akanksha Singh, 311 marks in Anthro CSE 2022. Chaudhary Shipra Vijay Kumar, 307 marks in Anthro CSE 2022. Ajin Kumar, who cracked UPSC in his first attempt, and many more. With daily feedback and structured practice, you will be well prepared to succeed in the UPSC examination. With our focused feedback and structured practice, you'll be well equipped to improve your performance and boost your chances of securing a top rank in the CSE. Don't wait any longer. Enroll in Vijeta IAS Academy today and unlock the proven success formula for conquering the UPSC exam.